सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमसो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेः उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्यक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम् page 390 तौह ऊचतुः यथैव इदम् आवां भगवः साद्वलङ्कृतौ सुवसनौ परिष्कृतौ स्वः एवमेव इमौ भगवः साद्वलङ्कृतौ सुवसनौ परिष्कृतौ इति एष आत्मेति होवाच एतदमृतम् अभयम् एतद्ब्रह्म इति तौह शान्तहृदयौ प्रव्रजतुः। एष आत्मेति होवाच प्रजापति said to them, एष आत्मा इति यथा अभिप्रेतमेव आत्मानं मनसि निधाय। Prajapati said, this is indeed Atma. Which Atma? Yatha abhipretam. Prajapati used the pronoun Esha for the Atma that was in his mind, meaning the Sakshi. Keeping that in mind, Prajapati said, Esha Atma iti hovacha. This is indeed Atma. Tadu tat abhipretam. Not the Atma that was. So Prajapati did not in fact consent to agree or support the notion of Atma that the two disciples had. He used the word Atma in the sense in which he knew. So, ye atma ityadi atma lakshana shravanena akshipurusha shrutya cha udasharari upatya cha samskritau tavat bhavatam, thinking in his mind. So, what is the paramarsha? What was he thinking in the mind of Prajapati? Narendra Puri said, Shishya viparitam atman na paramrakshit tari upekshitavan gachantav shishyav. Meaning Prajapati did not have the paramarsha of the Atma that the Shishya had. He had the paramarsha of the Atma that he knew, tari upekshitavan. And that is how he let them go. Meaning that in his mind, so tatra ko abhipraya. So what is meant by that? What is meant by saying that Prajapati had in mind the Atma that is Sakshi, when he said Esha Atma, and not the Atma that they had in mind. And that is how he let them go. So what is meant by that? So this is what Prajapati was thinking in his mind. Ya Atma ityadi Atma lakshan shravanena so samskritu tavat bhavatam. May these two become purified in their minds. How? Ya Atmayati Atma Lakshana Shravanena. They have heard already the Lakshanam, the general characteristics of Atma. Ya Atma Apahatapatma Vijaraha Vimrutyuhu Akshipurcha Shrutyacha. And further, the Lakshya, what was intended by the Atma, where is an Atma? Who is an Atma? Akshipurusha, the one that is a witness, which is a seer from the eyes, one who is a seer or the witness. So understanding what is meant by the Shrutya means, as Tikakara said, Jnana, and understanding the meaning of that statement, Akshipurusha. Udasharavadi Upatyacha. Then they will also apply reasoning with reference to the two experiments conducted. Udasharavadi, looking at themselves in a plate full of water, then being well attired. So, and then again looking in the water. So then they will understand what all this means. Applying reason and coming to understanding as to what it means. How the reflection of chaya is agamapai kadachitka. It is incidental, adventitious, subject to coming and going. In fact, two reasons were provided there. One is agantukatvat, other is vyavicharitvat. Two reasons were provided. Agantukatvat. They could have seen that these ornaments and garments are agantuka. And they would have seen that the roma, the nail and the hair were vyavichara, means they were no more there. So agantukatvat, vyavicharitvat, reflection cannot be Atma. So this is how they will be able to reason and arrive at an understanding. So tavat samskrito bhavatam. That way, slowly and slowly their mind will become free from these wrong notions. Mad vachanam jasaram punah smarato. And this will not happen right away. Punah smarato. Whatever it is that I have taught them, reflecting them again and again, remembering and reflecting upon them again and again. Pratibandhakshaya. So that's how the pratibandhakshaya will take place. Papa kalena pachyate iti smrute. How the papa, I mean in this particular case, a wrong notion, which is of course a result of papa. The fact that these two failed to understand Prajapati and failed even to provide the reasoning to, even if they did not understand the nature of Atma, that it is witnessed. Prajapati had provided enough ground for them to reason that their conclusion that the reflection of Atma was not right, at least. The reflection is not Atma, that should become clear to them. It did not. As Bhashyakara said, because of some pratibandha, kenachit pratibandha vivekena svadoshena, some dosha which has inhibited the viveka or discrimination or understanding in them. That's all is the papa. So, all we can say is that what comes in the way of understanding, assimilating, owning up this knowledge, which is our own self. If this was a knowledge about somebody else, then there can be other obstacles also. That what is not pratyaksha, not seen it, and whatever. There can be obstacles between you and something else. Many slips between the cup and the lip. So many slips can be there when the two things are there. But it's your own self. Nothing to separate you, the knower from what is to be known. So there is no other obstacle in between. And still, we fail to grasp it or own it up because of the defects, some inhibiting factors, and all of that is generally called the result of past papa karma. Some punya karma brings us to the teaching, but papa karma seems to deprive us of the benefit of the teaching. What benefit should come? Papa kalena pachyate. That papa which inhibits the occurrence of knowledge will get digested in course of time. When something undigested, then it creates all kinds of problems. When digested, then it doesn't create problems. So this papa will be digested. How? By the punya. So some particular kind of papa. So punah smarato. So again and again reflecting upon the teaching. Then that itself also creates new samskaras. Because the teaching is based on non-duality, abheda. All our thinking and conclusions are all based on the bheda or the duality or division. That is the samskara we have. So samskrito tavat bhavatam. The samskaras of duality which they are right now, though these samskaras are preventing them from, because body is Atma, that's a very strong conclusion. And that Brahma is Atma, for that samskara to take place and take hold in our mind, it's going to require a long time. So punah smarato, this process of shravanam, reflection upon them, applying reasoning, understanding what it means to our life, what sort of changes we should bring about in our own thinking, our own priorities, our own values, our own behavior. Because this has to get translated into my whole being, it has to become me. This knowledge has to become me. Right now, ignorance is me. Or the various notions caused by ignorance and their wrong understanding and wrong values, etc. So that's all papa, undigested stuff. So that has to be digested by this new reflection, new samskaras. As the new samskaras of non-duality come in my mind, slowly the old samskaras of the duality, slowly they get neutralized. That's how neutralization takes place over a period of time. Kalena papa pachyate. So it takes a long time for a papa or the wrong samskaras to become digested and become eliminated or become neutralized. So our Panchadashikara talks about different obstacles. So svadoshana kenachit, some doshas The Panchadashikara says that the dosha pertains to the past, pertains to present, pertains to future. Past dosha is mentions there. Here is a disciple who is otherwise bright and still is not able to quite assimilate the teaching or able to abide in the teaching. What is it? So what does the teacher ask in the past experience? And then he says that in past he had love for some queen or somebody or the other. The samskara is still Mahishi, they say. Mahishi means queen, or it can be a female buffalo, who knows. Anyway, for somebody, something he had some attachment, attraction. Brahmachari, but this was there and that was still in his mind. And that is what was preventing him from allowing these samskaras to settle down. That's the past obstacle. Vartaman pratibandha. So, prajnamanyam kutarkasya viparye duragraha. So, presently it is all prajnamanyam, the dullness of the mind, kutarkasya, wrong reasoning. Viparye duragraha, holding on to my wrong conclusion. So this is what our mind does. It already has some conclusions about itself, about the world, etc., and it has been living its life on that. That they are the real conclusions, although they are all notions or delusions. But viparya, that's called viparita buddhi. Viparya duragraha, holding on to our wrong conclusions, not letting them go. Even though the teacher tells us the reasoning, etc., still not ready to let go. What is so dear to me, what has become myself. Prajnamanya, of course, the dullness of the intellect. Kutarkasya, wrong reasoning. So these are the obstacles in the present. In the future, even though knowledge has taken place, some obstacle can be there which will only go in future, such as in case of Vamadeva. So even though sage Vamadeva had the knowledge, he had to wait and in fact take the, not birth as yet, but enter the womb of the mother and live there for 9 months and go through all that suffering to remove the obstacle in the form of some karma which will be fructifying in future. So when that karma got fructified by suffering in the womb of the mother, then he just declared that I am enlightened. So thus we find in the Shastra, these 3 kinds of obstacles are there. Because of past, I am holding on to the past. In the present, these obstacles, and in the future. So this is all papa, of one kind or the other. Papa kalena pachyate. All of that gets digested provided it doesn't go by itself. Provided we initiate a process of removing that papa. What is the process? Shravanam. Prajnamanyam doesn't matter. Keep listening to it again and again. Prajnamanyam, the dullness of intellect there, paunah punyena shravanam kuryat. You listen to it again and again and again, and then slowly understanding will take place. Kutarkasya mananam. Apply the reasoning. The reasoning that is in keeping with the teaching of the Shruti. Slowly, the wrong, so dustarkat suviramyatam. Sometimes the mind has developed a habit of dustarka or distorted reasoning to justify its own conclusions. To justify my conclusion, I apply reasoning but distorted reasoning. Appears to be reasoning but not reasoning. So kutarka. or dustarka. Dustarkat, so slowly the dustarka will be replaced by the proper Shruti Matastarko Anusandhyatam. The reasoning in keeping with the Shruti Mata. So what is the vision of Shruti? And so reasoning in keeping with that. So the dustarka will go by Mananam. Viparye Duragraha, holding out on those, I am the body, I am so and so. By Nididhyasanam, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. By that the Viparya will go. So these three, Prajnamandam, Mandyam, Kutarikascha, Viparya Duragraha. By Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Constantly doing that. Then Papa Kalena Pachyate. So this is what Prajapati implied. That Madvachanam Saram Punah Punah Smarato. You'll keep on remembering and reflecting upon my words. Pratibandhakshayacha. So this Papa of Prajnamanyam is there. Prajnamanyam, the dullness of intellect is there in these two fellows. Kutarkasya, the wrong tarka also is there, meaning or they fail to do any reasoning at all in this particular case. Fail to see the kadasitkatvam, agamapayatvam, agantukatvam, vichara. They fail to see those things. And they are holding on to I am the body. Their bhoga buddhi is there and they would not let it go. So all the obstacles we see in these disciples. But Pratibandhaksha, meaning, so Prajapati is convinced that it's not going to help them. Keep on pouring this teaching upon them. It's not going to help them. It's going to take time. So certain things take time and to allow that time, to happen. Allow that time for things to happen. Swayameva Atmashaya Viveko Bhavishyati. And then the Viveko Swayameva Bhavishyati. That knowledge will flash in their mind. But Atma is Swaprakasha, self-effulgent. He is always shining. And they will see what I am witness is our nature. Iti manvanaha. This is what Prajapati thinks. Punaha brahmacharyadeshu. That is the abhipraya in the mind of Prajapati. The upekshitavan gachanto shishyo. He let them go with this in mind. Of course, thought that if you ask them to again stay for another 32 years or whatever it is, it would upset them. And once they are upset, then they'll react. And that won't help them. Even 32 years of resistance they will live here. Earlier they lived for 32 years willingly. Because they were all enthusiastic about knowledge. But now they will be upset. And so, chitta dukkotpattim parijirshan. Prajapati did not want them to get upset. But that would have one more obstacle. Kritartha buddhitya gacchando upekshitavan. And so, he sees Kritartha buddhitya, they are going away with satisfied heart. And that should not, say, wait a minute, you are thinking wrongly. But still, upekshitavan. So they also departed. Tauha shantarde prabhavrijatuhu. They also departed from there, satisfied in their heart. So now, continuing in the next page now. There is another verse here. Acharyat padamadatte padam shishya swamedaya padam sadbrahmacharibhya padam kala kramenacha. Acharyat padamadatte. So when a disciple listens to teacher, he gets a quarter from the teacher. Acharyat padamadatte. 1/4 of the knowledge he attains from the teacher. Knowledge means what? 1/4 of understanding. Padam shishya swamedhaya. Other quarter by his own understanding or intellect with reasoning upon what the teacher has said. He gets other quarter of the understanding by his own mind, reasoning, intelligence. Padam sab brahmacharibhya. When he discusses that with other brahmacharis, no, you don't have that verse, I have that, so don't look for it. So, padam sab brahmacharibhya. Then, by discussion with other sab brahmachari, co-students of his kind, then clarity comes, that mananam happens. So, one quarter of understanding comes from there. Padam kala kramena cha. And the rest of the 1/4 will come in course of time. When these things get digested and the understanding becomes clear, he gains further clarity. Jnana utpadyate pumsam kshayat papasya karmana. Same thing. Papasya karmana kshayat. That papa karma have to be exhausted, have to be eliminated, neutralized, and only knowledge can take place. Kashaya pakti karmani karmani. What is it? Jnanam tu paramagati kashaya karmi pakve tato jnanam pravardate. So, kashaya means the impurity of the mind have to go by karma yoga or bhakti. Jnanam tu paramagati, when that kashaya or the papa is removed, then jnanam gives you the paramagati or moksha. Kashaya karma pakve. So when the kashaya is digested or neutralized by karma or karma yoga means the yoga of attitude, means by bhakti, by devotion. Tato jnanam pravartate. Meaning that the efforts for removal of kashaya must be continued. Even when we are listening to Vedanta, reflecting upon them, and all of that we are doing. And still, our efforts to remove the impurities from the mind, they must be continued. The effort to attain Samadhi Shatka Sampatti, Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, so all of that we must keep on gaining more and more maturity. Therefore, what our Puja Swami used to call emotional maturity, that also effort must be constantly carried out. So that even while continuing to pursue the knowledge. So that way there is some samuchaya there. So jnana karma samuchaya is there, doesn't matter. Because it is not yet the jnanam that I'm actionless self. Then there is no karma is required. Until then, the karma to remove the obstacles for that knowledge to take place also are required. Going to page 392. See the Anandagiri, 20th line. Yadi prajapatihi tau upekshitavan kimitahi tau ha anviksha ityadi vakyamidi asankya. So next passage begins with that tau hi anvikshya. Seeing them, Prajapati said something. So, Shantaradeva Prabhavrajatahu tau. Those people departed from there, be satisfied in their heart. And looking them going away, Prajapati said something. We will see. So what's the purpose? So what is the purpose now? I thought the story is over. That the Prajapati has done his job of imparting the teaching. And they could get whatever their mind would permit them to understand, and they got that understanding, and they thought that they have the right understanding, they were satisfied and went away. So the story is over. Why does the story continue? Yadi Prajapati to upekshitavan. Did Prajapati really ignore them? If Prajapati ignored them, then that would have been the end of the story. Kimitahi tau anviksha, then why does this passage, next passage, begin the verse tau anviksha? That seeing them, Prajapati again said something. Meaning Prajapati is not completely just let them go from his mind. Prajapati still has their well-being in his mind, all along. So even if he lets them go, it is also for their well-being, thinking that keeping them here will not serve the purpose. And give them the time to digest. And that they will be motivated to rethink the whole thing. For that, Prajapati uttered a sentence, hoping that that sentence also will reach their ear in course of time and will prompt them to again start this process of reflection. Evam tayoho. So Bhashyakara says, Evam tayoho gatayoho indra virochanayoho rajnyoho bhogasaktayoho yathokta vismaranam syat iti ashankya apratyaksham pratyakshavacanena cha चित्त दुखम परिजिहीर्षु. एवं तयोः गतयोः. Thus, when these two persons are going away, have gone away. Who? Indra Virochanayoho. Indra and Virochana, both of them having gone away or going away. Ragnya, but both of them are kings, Bhogasaktayoho. Once they go back, it is likely that they may go back to their old style of living. Bhogasaktayoho. The life of both Indra as well as Virochana, both of them are characterized by bhoga. By the gratification, sense gratification primarily. Because in heaven also we got all kinds of things for gratification of sense. And so also in the, with Virochana and Asuras also, all kinds of, their own kind of things. So what the Devatas enjoy is one thing, what the Asuras enjoy is a different thing. In any way, they're plenty, because they're very wealthy, they're kings and very powerful people. So they have at their command whatever it is that they want. Therefore, since your desire can be satisfied, you keep on desiring. And therefore, bhoga asaktayo is likely that they may again become attached to or again get indulging into the pleasures. Yathokta vismaranam syat. Then what I have said will disappear from their mind. So punah smaratoho. Remembering what I have told them again and again. But when can they remember? When their mind is available to remember. When there was some kind of occasion to think of something. When they find a contemplative mind. But if they again start indulging into all kinds of pleasures, they are not going to command a contemplative mind, and therefore this teaching or this instruction that has been imparted to them cannot occur into them when the mind is bhogasaktam or totally immersed into the pleasures. And therefore they'll forget it. That is the fear that Prajapati has. Iti ashankya apratyaksham uvacha. So see the tika in the line 27. Iti ashankya apratyaksham pratyakshavacanena iti pathe. That's the part we have. Apratyaksham uvacha. pratyaksha vachanena chitta dukham parijihirshu. See, that vakya doesn't have the kriyapada so far. So, whatever Prajapati uttered, did not utter before them. Meaning, Prajapati uttered in a manner that they would not hear, they have gone away. So that they are not around to listen to the words of Prajapati. Pratyaksha, directly Prajapati did not tell them. Apratyaksham, indirectly he told them. If they don't hear, what is indirect? If they've gone away, far away, and then Prajapati says something, they have not heard it, they will never hear it. No, they will hear. Prajapati, as Bhashyaka will explain, that as in the past, Ya Atma, Apahata Papma, Vijaraha, Vimrutyu, these words of Prajapati reached both the Devatas and Asuras by word of mouth, Karna Parampara. So also Prajapati thinks that what I am uttering now will also reach them in course of time. So there is no need to tell them on their face. Because again, pratyaksha vachena cha chitta dukkham. If what Prajapati has said was told them on their face, then that would have made them extremely unhappy, extremely sad, worse than even before. Paijihirshuhu. So Prajapati, who is desirous of removing or avoiding the chitta dukkham, the unhappiness, or the the gloominess that may happen, disappointment that may happen, or sense of low self-esteem, self-dissatisfaction, self-condemnation even that may occur into them. So Tikakara says the Ashanga pratyak iti pathe apratyaksam tayoho saksha shravana agocharam yatha tatha. That he said things such that it does not fall in their ears, that they do not hear. Anupalabhya atmanam ityadi prajapati uvacha vyavahitena anvaya. So prajapati uvacha. That is to be called uvacha is the verb that is connected, comes later, is to be connected to understand the sentence. So now let us read the passage. Tauh anvikshya prajapatiruvacha anupalabhya atmanam anunavidya vrajatah yatare etad upanishado bhavishyanti devava asurava te para bhavishyanti iti sah shantarudaya eva virochanah asuran jagama tebhyoha etam upanishadam provacha atma eva iham hayyah atma paricharyah atmanameva mahayan atmanam paricharan ubhau lokau avapnoti imam cha amam cheti. Tauh anviksha, seeing them going away, Prajapati uvacha, Prajapati said, what did he say? Anupalabhya atmanam anuvidya vrajatoho vrajatah. These two are going away. Anupalabhya atmanam, without attaining Atma. Anuvidya atmanam, without realizing the Atma. So attainment can be only by realization. Basically you have to attain the Atma. How can Atma be attained? By realizing the Atma. Because knowing and attaining is the same when it is the one's own self, praptasya prapti. In a praptasya prapti, knowing is one, and attaining is another thing. Between knowing and attaining, some karma is required, some effort is required. There is no Kashmir, and to go there is different thing. In case of the Dashama, the knowing and attaining is the same. So, Anupalabhya, without having attained the Atma, how? Anuvidya, without having realized the Atma. Vrajataha, these two persons are going away. Yatare ed Upanishado bhavishanti. Whoever they are, Yatare means whichever of the two actually. So Yatare, whoever they are, etad Upanishadaha means what? So Upanishad here is this teaching, understanding. Etad Upanishadaha. So whoever they are who have this kind of an understanding about Atma, mystic teaching they call it, Upanishad. So those who hold on to this conclusion or understanding about Atma, that Chhaya is the Atma, reflection is the Atma, the body is the Atma, that is their Upanishad. See, the understanding that Indra and Virochana have is, Indra thinks that the reflection is Atma, and Virochana thinks that body is the Atma. So Yatare, whoever of the two, Etad Upanishado bhavishanti, will become those having this kind of an understanding about the Atma. Devava Asurava, doesn't matter whether Devatas or Asuras. Doesn't matter even if Devatas also will get destroyed. It is a wrong understanding that will destroy them. They parabhavishanti, they'll become defeated. So the point is that both of them wanted to conquer all the worlds. Sarvan lokan sarvamsya kaman apnoti. The one who knows, so one who attains the Atma, having realized it, attains all the worlds and all the objects of desire. So basically these two fellows want to conquer the whole universe. That's what they want. They keep on fighting with you, but here they realize, they understood that by knowing the Atma also the same thing accomplished, Knowing the Atma also, you can attain all the worlds, that's okay, then you don't have to fight. So we can conquer all the worlds and we can conquer all the objects of pleasure available in the world, that's what they want. But parabhavishanti, they'll become defeated. Meaning that desire to attain those worlds and attain those kamas will not get fulfilled. Whoever they are, devatas, asuras, who are going away with this wrong understanding. This is what Prajapati said. He uttered this. Apratyaksha, not directly, indirectly. Sakshat Shravan agocharam yatha tatha. So Anupalabhya Atmanam, these are the words of Prajapati. Anupalabhya Atmanam Anuvidya Vrajataha Yatare Etad Upanishado bhavishanti Devava Aswarava Te Para bhavishanti iti. That's the quote complete. Ityadi Prajapati Uvacha. This is what Prajapati says, Vyavahitena Sambandha Anvayaha. So Prajapati Uvacha comes later. Bhashyakara says Prajapati, Uvacha, wherever that is, so that comes later and they have to be connected as far as the prose order is concerned. Yatra Prajapati ityasya dvih patha. So we have Prajapati only once in the line number 7, Prajapati. But then apparently there seems to be a patha where the word Prajapati is mentioned twice. Tatra prasamasya parijihirshan iti anena anvaya. So Prajapati pratyaksha vachanena chitta dukkham parijihirshuhu Prajapati. And second is Prajapati uvacha. So Prajapati wanted to do two things. First, would avoid occurrence of grief in their mind. And secondly, he also uttered these words. Since Prajapati carried out these two actions, therefore, Perhaps in some reading the word Prajapati occurs twice because Prajapati is the karta of that sentence, the subject. And since there are two verbs, therefore the subject may have been mentioned twice. Anandagiri also says Prajapati Uvachati Sambandha. Because Uvacha Prajapati, that's, okay. So let us read Bhashya anyway from the 6th line. Oh, Duram Gacchando Anvikshya Yatma Apatapapma Ityadi Vachanavata Etadapi Anayoho Shravanagocharatvam Eshade Iti Matva Uvacha Prajapatihi. So tau gachan, duram gachan, Bhashyakara says. Tau anviksha means what? Duram gachanto anviksha. They have gone away, far away, seeing that. Prajapati Uvacha, Prajapati uttered these words, Anupalabhya Atmanam, etc. With what in mind? Ye Atma apahata papma ityadi vachanavad edapi anayoho shravanagocharatvam eshyadi matva. Thinking that just as my earlier words, Ya Atma Abhata Papma, those words, how they reach both Indra and Virochana in course of time through the word of mouth. So also these words of mine will in course of time reach their ears. So he wanted them to know this, so they don't forget. Prajapati thought these fellows will forget, being engaged in all kinds of pleasure, gratification activities, they'll forget this. So Prajapati wanted them to know this also. That look fellows, what you understood is wrong, and not only that, you will be defeated by that understanding. Because the body is the Atma, the mind is going to be defeated. Body means what? As our Virochana will say. Then you keep on worshipping the body because worshipping Atma is what you should do. And the fellow who worships the body is going to be destroyed. It is spiritually destroyed. And then anybody can conquer you also. When you are spiritually destroyed, you also lose the strength to defend yourself even from external enemies. So, fighting external battle also requires a certain inner strength. So, people who won those battles also were very strong people, like Napoleon or like Alexander, etc. All these fellows also were, internally also they were quite mature. If you read their life, they were very evolved people in that sense. For whatever reason they wanted to conquer is a different thing. So conquering also requires accompaniment of the corresponding inner maturity, which comes from a right understanding. This wrong understanding will destroy them, meaning they destroy their mind completely. Because when you live a life of indulgence into pleasures, it is an activity which requires certain thinking. Seeing happiness there and imagining that they are giving you happiness, and then the mind says, "Okay, I want more," and then you pursue that. So this whole thing has a certain thinking. Ye keja atmahano janaha asuryanamate lokaha andena tamasavataha tamste pritya vigacchandi ye keja atmahano janaha. Upanishad calls these people atmahana. Those people who are hurting their own self by living a life of extrovertedness, life dedicated only for seeking and enjoying pleasures. That is a whole process of thinking that is quite opposed to the nature of the self. So every time I am seeking gratification from something external, there is a denial of the Atma, which is of the nature of happiness. I could not be searching for happiness there or indulging in happiness unless I deny the happiness which is myself. So every time that I am hurting the Atma, insulting it, and that is what creates conflict. So when I live a life based on an understanding which is a wrong understanding, it goes against the basic order. And Atma is the basic order. And therefore the thinking is wrong, so the Shraddha is wrong, the conviction is wrong, the priorities are wrong, the values are wrong, action, everything is wrong. And that's a life wherein Atma is constantly hurt. And so, the constant conflict. In the beginning there may be conflict. Later on there is no conflict at all. The mind has become so insensitive that it is no more sensitive even to understand that conflict. So you no more remain a human being. Asurya namate lokaha, they become as good as asuras. Asushu ramante iti asuraha, so those fellows who indulge only in the pleasures, they become demoniac. So, what is it? Padhyante Naradamaha Asurim Yoni. His Lord Krishna says, Mameve prapadyante mametam tarantite natrimam duskritano mudaha prapadyante naradamaha maya apahrita jnanaha asuram bhamashritaha. So Maya has robbed away from their viveka. So what is wrong is thought to be right and what is right is thought to be wrong. And so Asuri Sampadis will keep on entering you. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, and the person will become an Asura. So this is how you get defeated. Because you become spiritually extremely weak. And that way your willpower also becomes very weak. A time comes when you are not able to withstand the assault, that takes place on you by other forces. So physically also you lose. First you lose spiritually, ultimately, so buddhinasat pranashyati, ultimately he gets destroyed also. So parabhavishyat, this is what Prajapati thinks. That he wanted them to know that fellows, if you continue with this way of life, if you continue this way of thinking that body is Atma, and way of life that is based on this wrong thinking, it is self-destructive. And the people having this thinking and living that life will be defeated. That he wanted them to know. But when it comes karana paramparaya, through word of mouth, it doesn't have that kind of an impact when you are told directly. If Prajapati tells them on their face, it's a different thing. When they say, this is what Prajapati said, wait a minute, what does it mean? Let us think about it. And so Prajapati let that also, let it take its own time and let them get this at an appropriate time. So Prajapati was sambandha. Tari kimito ahuyana uktamaniti. Anandagiri says, how come he didn't call them back and then tell them? When Prajapati sees these people going away, how come he didn't call them? Hey, come back. Listen to this. Ahuya kim na uktaman. How come he didn't call them back and told them? So pratyaksha vachayana chiddukam parijihishu. Wanted to avoid the occurrence of dukkha or grief in the mind of these people. Again says, kartrutvena sambandhartha uktameva pan anuvadate prajapati. So in Anandagiri's reading also, word prajapati occurs twice. So kartrutvena sambandhartham uktameva. Punah. So to connect Kartrutvena Sambandhita Kriyapada. This Kriyapada applies to this Karta. Just to clarify that, Bhashyakara repeats the word Karta Prajapati. I have a footnote here. Uktameva Prajapati Padam Kartrutun Uvachedi Kriyapadena Anvayartham. So Uvacha Prajapati. So Prajapati first of all thought, So Prajapati has these two activities going on. What is it? That Iti Matva, thinking like this in his mind. So Prajapati is thinking in his mind that these words also will reach them at some point in time. And then Prajapati says, so since two activities are there, therefore the word Prajapati may have been used twice because just to make sure that both the activities were carried out by Prajapati. Thinking in the mind that these words will reach them and then uttering these words. Kimaso uchitamaniti. What did Prajapati say? So Prajapati said, Apratyaksha. In their absence, Prajapati said, what did he say? Or the other Tika says, so Yatra Prajapati, see in the line, second line, that is line number 28. Yatra Prajapati Tatya Dvif Patha Tatra Prasamasya Parijihirshan, as they said, removing the grief in their mind. Okay, that's Prajapati's action. Dvityasya Uvachayati, or Matva also is there. Anyway, Matva and Parijihirshan go together, I guess, and Uvacha. Apratyaksha mukto hetumaha, so pratyaksha vachanena chitta dukkham parijihishuhu. Okay. Pratyaksha vachanena ukte tayo chitta dosha syat tam pariharan. So elsewhere Bhashyakara says pariharan parijihishuhu anyway. So either it's the nominative case or it is the Vartaman Krudant or what is it, present, the present participle. So pratyaksha mein katham tuyo shravana jnanamiti. If you do not tell them in front of them, then how will you ever come to know what you are saying? So ya Atma, iti, just as I said earlier, ya Atma, which they ultimately came to them by the word of mouth, so this also will reach them. So, Shravana Gochatvam Eshyaditi, Shravana iti parampara ityartha, Paramparaya Shravana Gochatvam Eshyati. So these words of Prajapati are heard by people around him. Then they will tell somebody else. Then they will tell somebody Paramparaya. So Shravana Gochatvam is alright. It is the word of mouth, okay. But Paramparaya, in course of time, is the nature of people to talk. And when you hear something, you want to share with somebody, That's a general habit. Oh, Prajapati said this. You know what Prajapati said? No, he said this. Oh, really? So that's how it will reach. People won't keep quiet, and they won't keep that information with them, and so he knows it will ultimately reach them. So, Paramparaya. Okay, then, Kimaso uchitavan. What did Prajapati say? Says Bhashya in the third line. Anupalabhya yatokta lakshanatmanam ananavidya svatma pratyaksham cha akritva viparita nishchaya cha bhutva indra virochanau etau vrajatah gacchayatam. So this is what he said. Anupalabhya atmanam, meaning what? Yathokta lakshanam atmanam anupalabhya. Without attaining the Atma, they have attained the Atma in their own way. They have attained the Atma and realized the Atma also, as they think. So, Indra thinks that the reflection is Atma and Virochana thinks that the body is Atma. That way they have attained the Atma. Otherwise they would not have gone away. So, Vasika Yathokta Lakshana Atmanam. They have attained Atma all right, realized Atma all right, but not the Atma about which I say Apahata Papma, Virajaha, Mrityu, not that Atma. So, Yathokta Lakshana Atmanupalabhya. They are going away without attaining the Atma in its true nature. Anuvidya Swatma Pratyaksham Akrutva. And even though in a way they have known the Atma, the Apahata Papma, Vijaraha, Mrityu, because when you hear the words, then you understand them in whichever way. When the words are uttered, then when you know the grammar, when you have the right kind of, basically the upbringing of the language, etc., then you understand what it means. So not the Indra Virochana do not know what Atma is. But Swatma Pratyaksham Chakrutva, they have not made their Atma an object of the direct realization. So they did not realize that the Atma that they have directly realized, namely reflection of the body, is not this Atma. That they did not connect. So they heard that Atma is Apahata Papma, Vijaraha, Vimrityu, but Atma that we know now does not satisfy these characteristics, that they did not connect. So, Swatma Pratyaksham Jakrutva. Meaning two things have to be done. You have to know the Atma and then you have to make it an object of your own realization. Meaning that first is the Paroksha Jnana. You know, Atma is sinless, etc. And so, Jara Mrityu Matyedi, Yashanaya Vivasa Shoka Moham Jara Mrityu Matyedi. That Atma transcends hunger and thirst and grief and delusion, old age and death. So you know that. But what is required? Swatma Pratyaksham. You have to make that Atma the object of your own realization. Meaning that whatever you know about Atma right now, see, now even when you hear about Atma, the hearing and understanding takes place at one level. But understand that you already have an understanding of Atma. About other things, that understanding is the same as the real understanding. About things other than the self. Since you don't have any notion about them, when you hear about them, then knowledge takes place. Here on the other hand, you already have an understanding of Atma. That I am the body, I am so and so, that understanding is so-called understanding is there. And now you say Atma is Apahata Papma, Vijaraha, Vimrityu, so that knowledge has taken place at some level. But what is the Atma that you directly realize is what? This Dehoham. Atma that is directly realized by everybody is Dehoham, Manusyoham, etc. And at that level, understanding, deep understanding is there. That's called Paroksha Jnana that we have. When you hear then Paroksha Jnana, meaning that knowledge that takes place is not of this level. That's why we call it Paroksha Jnana, if you want to use that word. Our Swamijis, they cannot be Paroksha because Jnanam always takes place according to the object of knowledge. Atma is Aparoksha, therefore knowledge always is Aparoksha. But you know only the words. Those words don't have a content, Even when a person says, I am Brahma, those words don't have a content. So they only remain words. Like those parrots repeating, that beware of the hunter's net, beware of the hunter's net. They know the words. They don't know what it means. Meaning they are not made an object of the realization. And so they get trapped in that net anyway. Similarly, knowing in general and knowing Atma is one's own self, so says Upalabhya and Anuvidya Atma Pratyaksham Akrutva. See, Atma that you have known has to be made an object of a direct realization. Then only it blesses you. So not only that, but in this fellow's case, viparita nischaya ucha bhutva is one thing to have viparita buddhi, dehata buddhi, is other thing to conclude that deha is the atma, So habitually we take the body to be atma is one thing. But after all the reasoning, coming to conclusion the body is atma. So Charvakas are those who concluded after all the reasoning the body is the atma. So that is their nischaya. See, this is not a nischaya really. When we say I am the body, in a way it is of course a knowledge, false knowledge, but still it is not something in my that I have arrived at this kind of conclusion with all reasoning and now I am convinced that I am the body. That conviction is not there. So that is the reason why that habit can be changed. So here, ignorant, we have the habit of taking body to Atma, not conviction that body is Atma. Some people have conviction that body is Atma, they are incorrigible, you can't change them. Unless you are able to convince them, in some ways, by changing their first conviction. So since that conviction is not there about Atma, therefore with the teaching, the conviction can arise. That no, Atma has to be this only, it is witness, not body. And then you make it an object of a realization by removing whatever obstacles are there. So that is called aparoksha jnanam. That paroksha jnanam, sapratibandhakam jnanam. You can either call it paroksha jnanam or sapratibandhakam jnanam, meaning knowledge with pratibandhaka, knowledge with obstacles. So by shravanam, mananam, this is as we said, prajnamanyam, etc., kutarkascha, viparya, duragraha, by shravanam, mananam, nididhyasam, and all those things have gone away, and then of course, what is your conviction becomes your realization. So therefore that also in akritva, not only viparita nischaya ucha bhutva. Unfortunately, they have a wrong conviction now. Formerly they did not have. But after the instruction from Prajapati, they now have a wrong conviction that what is the Atma? In the Virochanau eto vrajatah gacchayatam. These two fellows are going, what is gacchayatam? They tell me, Within the gacchayatam, gacchayatam. So, vrajatah. So these people are going away. Why should they be withholding anyway? So let them go. No, that's anyway. So vrajatah, they are going away with this wrong conviction. So na kevalam ajnanam kintu viparita jnanam chatayoho aha. Not only they did not know, but they had viparita jnanam, they had the wrong conviction. Viparita nischaya ucha bhutva iti. Okay, we'll continue. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo